Today was the day. First ever boat dive ever in my spearfishing career, I guess you can say. This was special. This was in Baja, California. And we went out on a Panga or Panga. Our captain was super awesome. We met up at 6 in the morning, suited up, and went out first thing. And we went out not too far off, but there was a cluster of islands out there, a spot that the captain liked. And we went out for some yellows. Fortunately, we did spot some yellows. We did see some huge goat of sheepheads as well. One of my dive buddies actually landed a couple. One pretty decent sized one, probably the largest I've ever seen in person at least. But we did see some yellows. Unfortunately, none of us landed any. Myself, I saw about 4 sightings of them. One by itself, one in a cluster of 3, and then the last 2 sightings were a single. What I've learned is that the yellowtails we were seeing and their kind of behavior was not what you see typically on spearfishing videos, or what I've seen at least, where they're kind of cruising along in a school or whatnot. These were probably by themselves, or 1 or 2 of them at a time, and they were really kind of speeding up, going around bait fish, maneuvering pretty quick. So getting that shot off accurately was, I would say, near to impossible. To get a shot off and potentially tag one, maybe that's what I did on the 3rd one, and it took the line for about 4 seconds. It was super exciting, and then it just stopped, and I knew it came off. Another dive buddy of mine actually got really close, landed one with what's funny is he has a 65 Pathos laser roller, so a pretty short gun for yellowtail, but he landed one, or hit one, brought it to the surface. The captain saw it and he was trying to handle it, and it sheared off at the top. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to land that, but nevertheless, I'm still kind of bummed that I can't show you guys some footage of the yellows. Really, they came in fast, and my GoPro just wasn't fast enough. By the time it was on, I already took the shot, or tried to at least. Though I'm not able to share some footage of yellowtail or actually show you a landed yellowtail, I can leave you with this. I talked to some veteran fishermen, and some tips I've learned after the fact was, if you see them jetting off or moving around really quick, you have a better chance of either getting their attention for them to kind of stop for a second, where you can potentially line up your shot. And how you do that is actually if you kind of wave at them with your hand, kind of make a scrunching motion. I heard that works sometimes. Or if you make like a sound like you're about to, like you're swallowing, like pretty much like a croaker sound. Sometimes that'll work. But that's what I've learned. I wish I knew that before, but I'm gonna try that hopefully the next time. But it was a super awesome trip. Loved the boat. The captain was great. One thing I learned is just kind of, while you're getting into the water again, to move to different spots, hold on to your goggles with one hand, and then kind of back fall into the water like that, because if you don't do that, your goggles can easily fall off when you're heading back in the water after being on the boat. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, yeah, no yellowtail, but I appreciate the support, and let me know if you have any questions, and enjoy the video. So this is following the dive. The next day we ended up meeting up and sorting out the fish. For the largest sheephead that was caught, we actually scaled it, cleaned it out from the inside, and the goal is to dry age this. The dive buddy that caught this wanted to dry age and try it out. So what we did is clean it thoroughly, and then it's going to be hung in a fridge and pulled out after I don't know how many days, but we'll see. But that was what we did with the largest one. For the other fish that was caught the day before and one of the calicos that was caught during the dive, we filleted, and for the bones at the end, you'll see that we actually eat the bones. There were a ton of meat left over on the bones, head, things like that, and the collars. We didn't want to let those things go to waste, so we made sure we ate those. But yeah, so it was just a full day of filleting, or a good chunk of the day of filleting. The day after, sorting out the fish, cleaning things up, and just having a beer, eating some fish, and kind of reminiscing of the trip. But yeah, it was a great time. Alright guys, we just got back and we finished filleting, sorting out the fish. What we have left over are pretty much the bones, the head, and attached to the head the collars. So what we have here, we grilled up some collars. This is some red sheephead collar. Really nice, beautiful meat. Even some of the stomach. This is calico bass. Near the stomach, the ribs. We just grilled that up. And of course, we have the actual bones or the ribs of the fish. This is what's it, sheephead. And we just grill it pretty much after you fillet. And they're really tasty. You just eat it right off the bone like you would ribs. They're really tasty. Nice crunch. You gotta try it out yourself. Super easy seasoning. And yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Devin? What's your favorite?
Definitely sheephead. Sheephead collar is pretty bomb. And honestly, I just love how we use the carcass because it reminds me of something called, like a Korean dish called kalbi. So using the bone and the extra meat, so solid.
But yeah, it's actually pretty tasty. Got a nice crunch and super simple. If you ever wanted to consider eating the bones. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.